Yo, yo, sheesh, sheesh. Hey man, it feels good to in the words of the late rapper Shawty Low. It feels good to be here, man. It feels real good to be here on this Tuesday night. I do want to apologize to everybody, man. I ain't really been tapped in like I need to be tapped in, but we gonna fix that. We definitely gonna fix that. Hey man, welcome to ASOP Boxing Talk. You know who it is. You know what we're here for. You know what's going on. You know why you tuning in. The reason why you tuning in is because
most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
I appreciate that, Roger, man. They know most of these guys don't care about boxing. They don't give a fuck about, you know what I mean? They don't know shit about boxing, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, listen. Y'all know we gotta get right into the business from the weekend, man. Some fights, man. We had some fights. Man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy, my guy Trill Clinton, man. I got a man. Can't do too much of that. You know, YouTube be playing them algorithm games. My boy, Broadway Joel. What's good, my boy? My boy, Broadway Joel in the building. Yeah, I can't do too much, man. You know this. You know how YouTube do, Joel. You know how they be playing games, man. But yeah, man. I just wanted to come on here and rap a little bit, man, about this weekend. This weekend, the fights. Obviously, you know, you had Fury and Ngannou. Right. Matter of fact, let me just get it started with the Fury and Ngannou talk, man. That fight, man, nasty work, man. That was nasty work for the sport of boxing as a whole. But you know what? I don't know, man. That fight in particular. So let me get into it. Let me break down my reasons for saying that was nasty work, right? For those of us, most of us that tune into my channel, most of the people I interact with on a day in day out basis. Beautiful Karma Serene, how you doing, Karma? Good evening, Truth. Good evening, Karma. You know what I'm saying? But most of the people that I interact with on a day in day out basis are boxing hardcore fans. You know what I'm saying? We pop a lot of shit, but at the same time, you know, most of the people I interact with, we want to push the sport forward. We look forward to big events. And to be honest, man, just to not even BS you, I was looking forward to, like, not necessarily Tyson Fury, but I was just looking forward to just dropping another elbow on the MMA community about, you know what I mean, them guys coming over and stepping into the boxing ring. Even watching Francis Ngannou when he fight, man, bro, throw a lot of wild punches, man. I'm sitting here thinking Tyson Fury about to annihilate this dude. I'm thinking, you know, should I take rounds 1 through 3, or is he going to carry him a little bit, you know, and take, you know, 4, 5, and 6 or something like that? But nah, man. Tyson Fury came into the fight again, same way he usually do, big and sloppy, not paying attention, not giving this guy no credit, and he got beat up. Now I think a lot of them rounds is close. You know what I'm saying? But bro, like, Ngannou surprised, like, and that's the thing sometimes too. Like, I do think Ngannou won. Don't get me wrong. I think Ngannou won, or it could have been a draw, right? But actually, no, it couldn't have been no draw, because when he dropped, I don't give Fury's 6, 7 rounds like that. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? But either way, man, like, to go to split decision with a fucking MMA fighter is crazy work. This dude, Tyson Fury, don't respect the sport of boxing, man. Now I got to go back to my place of employment. I got to listen to all these guys, all of these MMA guys talk about how good Ngannou really is and shit like that. But I don't know, man. Like, in the beginning, I'm sitting here. I was on a Twitter space, or X space, whatever you want to call it. I was on one of them spaces initially, and then I'm just like, yo, Tyson Fury's like playing. Again, I'm thinking, you know, he trying to carry him like Floyd carried, you know, Logan Paul, or how Floyd carried Conor McGregor to the 10th round. I'm thinking that was the play. But as the fight get like further and further, and then you watching Tyson Fury obviously get dropped, then you watching this motherfucker throwing elbows and shit like that. I'm like, bro, this nigga, he ain't playing. Like, this dude ain't playing. This dude's serious. Like, He not throwing punches, looking like he gassed, and Ngannou looking like the fresher man over a 10-round fight. That was crazy work, man. Like that was crazy work. But again, I think that's the good and the bad about boxing. Like them guys got paid handsomely, but essentially Tyson Fury got paid a huge bag for a exhibition fight in which he performed horribly in. Now we in a situation where it's other people that's going to be pursuing Francis Ngannou. And I believe Francis Ngannou, you know what I mean, after being over there with Dana White, after maybe not getting the paydays over there that he should have been getting over there with the UFC. Like I feel like Ngannou deserved those paydays, but like not at the expense of the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? And what you mean, Truth, about the expense of the sport of boxing? Well, you got motherfuckers like LeBron James, dog. LeBron James. This is why I don't watch boxing. Now, it's crazy because I never see LeBron. As a matter of fact, the one time I did see LeBron kind of going back and forth and talking about boxing, I believe he was being a Tyson Fury fan, if I'm not mistaken. I believe. LeBron was saying, you know, shout out to Tyson Fury or whatever. I forgot which fight it was, but I'm sure I seen LeBron fanning for Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And then again, this is why I don't watch boxing. Now, millions and millions of people around the country feel like me. I'm not saying they feel like it, but it's like, damn, maybe they shouldn't watch boxing either if LeBron don't want to watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? But that, again, that's crazy work, man. We need some guys that's taking this sport seriously, man. Like, again, like you could say whatever you want to say about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder took that shit serious and always did take it serious. He always sold the fight. He always showed up to fight. You know what I mean? Whether you want to talk about his skill or lack thereof, that boy Wilder always showed up for sure. And since Tyson Fury been a heavyweight champion, the division has been shit. Let's be honest. The sport of boxing used to go as the heavyweight division go. That has to be no more. This heavyweight division, trash. Andrew Ruiz outpricing himself. Guys like Luis Ortiz that's past it. You know, guys like Charles Martin. You got, you know, guys that, you know, again, I'm a fan of Jared Anderson, but, you know, Jared Anderson say he's going to be done in a couple years. So I kind of don't want to get my hopes too up in arms about Jared, because if he's going to be done for in 3 or 4 years, why would I get my hopes up about him? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm still a fan, still going to watch his fights, but I mean, the heavyweight division is in shambles, man. Usyk, cheating off getting hit to the body. It's just all nasty work, man. It's all nasty work, man. We need Deontay Wilder to restore some order in that heavyweight division. Y'all gotta excuse me, y'all. You know what I mean? No more liquor. We just doing, you know, we just doing red drinks. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that word. I don't know what YouTube gonna be on, but yeah, my man Lean was good though. Was good, my boy. Nah, man, but I think that was horrible work from Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Again, the dude just don't take the sport serious, and it's crazy because, like, a fight like him and Usyk, like this dude are going in fucking and beat Usyk up and knock him out or something like that. But that's what you get when people don't take this sport seriously, man. You get people like LeBron James saying, "This is why I don't watch boxing." Oh, by the way, Showtime or PBC is in the middle of a transition period. You know what I'm saying? Which it may lose. I mean, obviously the hardcores are the hardcores, but people got to understand that hardcore boxing fans only make up a minimal amount of people that patronize and people that buy these fights. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like that's rough. And granted, you know, this guy's a ESPN top-ranked fighter, but again, a statement so broad from somebody like LeBron James, hey, that's why I watch boxing. You might have a casual person that has a Showtime subscription that like to watch boxing, but then LeBron made a statement, oh, by the way, in a couple months, PBC won't be showing on Showtime no more. Maybe that person say, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to watch boxing no more. Fuck it, you know what I mean? I don't want Amazon Prime if that's where PBC is going to be showcasing their fights, or whatever platform PBC decides to showcase their fights on. You know what I'm saying? You might have fans that go over there, I don't want to do that. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to be a part of that. Because LeBron said, yeah, we MMA better anyway, because MMA does this or UFC does that. Like, I don't know, man. Black eye on the sport, man. My man Lean said Fury embarrassing the sport isn't surprising. Nah, it's not. It's not. It's not surprising at all. And the crazy thing about it is this motherfucker, he's still going to have apologists, still going to have people saying he really want to fight, still going to have people making excuses. Bro, this guy is an embarrassment to the sport of boxing, bro, for real. For real. No question. But at the end of the day, I'm glad we got the lower weights. I'm glad that the old adage of boxing goes as the heavyweight division goes. I'm glad that's exactly what it is. It's an old adage. That's not true no more. We know that the smaller weight classes is controlling things. We know that, you know, whatever you want to say on a day, Canelo, Canelo, Tank, you know what I'm saying? Them is the faces of boxing, which is obviously smaller weight classes, smaller than heavyweight. So, hey, the boxing is, we good where we at. Now, do we need some heavyweights to show their face and make some shit happen? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see Zhang in the mix. I would love to see Hrgovic get some more fights. I would love to see Jared Anderson step up. We just seen Bakoli knock out Takam. Bakoli can't coming into the fight at 300 pounds. I would love to see these heavyweights mix it up, man. Usyk, I would love to see Usyk. You know, a lot of people gave, you know, Earl Spence shit, or people gave Terrence Crawford shit for fighting once a year. Usyk for the last, 3 or 4 years has only fought once a year. Maybe longer than that, possibly longer than that. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear people on that train, hey, where's Usyk at? Why he not fighting? Same difference, same sandwich. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that's crazy. And now, you know what I'm saying? To add more insult to injury, let me see. Let me present this. To add more insult to injury, what we got? And to add more insult to injury, man. Nasty work. Nasty work. Nasty work, man. Nasty work. Team Deontay Wilder reveals talks already ongoing for Francis Ngannou clash. Malik Scott never wanted. Who said Malik Scott never wanted it to take place? Why should a flat-out novice in the sport of boxing be allowed to fight a heavyweight champion of the world in his pro debut? It wasn't fair, but Scott understood the business side of things. Francis Ngannou was one of the UFC's most recognizable names and possibly their most dangerous fighter. Parting ways. The Hulk and former champ. Basically, you beat up Tyson Fury, and now Malik Scott is telling the boxing scene he's an option now. Scott told the boxing scene. Wilder, the former WBC heavyweight champ, could desperately use a few rust-breaking fights, although he technically did sneak in the fight at the tail end of 2022, considering that he stopped Robert Helenius with just one punch in the opening round. Wilder ain't been in the ring, bro. Ngannou, by and large, having his praises sung from Tyson and Roberto Duran, blah, 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 blah. This is why this is nasty work, man. But can you really be mad, though? Can you really be mad when like guys like Tyson Fury put on performances like this, and then guys like Jake Paul, sad to say, taking the sport seriously? You know what I'm saying? I don't think Jake Paul is a complete polished boxer, but at the same time, I also see what he's doing. I see he trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying, do good things for the sport. He's showing up for women's boxing. You got my girl Shadesha Green finally getting her shot, you know what I'm saying, with Franchon. Amanda Serrano, big payday. Like, bro, they getting it on, man. They getting it on, man. This is Jake Paul. He doing more for the sport. Boston's was good, my guy. Jake Paul doing more for the sport than Tyson Fury. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember how upset everybody was when Jake Paul was coming into the game? Y'all remember how pissed off we was when Jake Paul was stealing the shine? Now look at it, right? A couple years later, now you got Jake Paul, doing more for the sport than Tyson Fury is. You got Jake Paul upholding the sport of boxing more than Tyson Fury is. Crazy work, bro, but it's true. So was Jake Paul really bad for the sport? Was Tyson Fury really good for the sport? I don't know, man. But I do blame Jack Reese for this shit, man. Because if Jack Reese would have waved that fight off, would have only gave that 10 minute that 10-second count, wouldn't have been on the floor with Fury yelling in his ears, we would never have to talk about this, man. it would have been Fury, would have been KO, and Wilder would have been on to something else, man. Probably would have had the Joshua fight 2 times by now. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. My man Boston said, is Fury and Usyk actually happening? I think it is, bro. Actually, I'm sure I think the boxing scene had wrote about that. Actually, I just seen something about that. I know Usyk and his promoter. I'm saying February 8th. I don't even know if that's a Saturday. I'm saying February 8th. I think that's the date I seen. Let me check that date. Let me just make sure that date. I don't know why that date's sticking out in my head. Pause. Let me see. Maybe February 10th or something like that. I don't know. I did see a February date. Allegedly, they were saying that Team Usyk actually, even if you listen to this weird guy, Tyson Fury, the day before the fight, he was talking about how Usyk couldn't get out of the fight and he had to fight him, and the fight was already signed for December. And then after the fight is over, after he get touched up by my man Ngannou, now all of a sudden, oh no, I'm not fighting for the rest of this year. I'll see y'all next year. So again, man, I don't know what kind of stuff these guys be pulling, man. But again, it's all nasty work, man. It's all nasty work. Listen, I gotta hold on. So again, it's been a while, and so let me go ahead and let me see. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in the chat for anybody that want to come in, anybody that want to holler at me about some boxing, anybody that want to talk. But listen, man, I wanted to. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if y'all been hearing me good, man. Let me. Wow. See, I've been bugging. Let me see, man. Hey, can y'all you can hear me, man? Y'all, we good? Let me make sure. Yeah, true. I'm out of control, man. Let me make sure these settings is right, man. Let me make sure this audio correct, man. Sheesh. Yo. All right, we good, man. We all right. But let me should be a little better now. My apologies, y'all. Let's talk about something. You know what I'm saying? In the sport of boxing, right? It's some things that's tried and some things that's true. Some things that's just the way the sport is and the way the sport should go, and in some ways not, right? I always looked at boxing like, from somebody that really loved to watch the sport. I always looked at the sport of boxing. I got you, Lean. I got you. I always looked at the sport of boxing as every fighter's goal should be to break down their opponent and possibly stop or knock them out. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my goal. Like, I've always been a big fan of fighters that go to the body or early and often. I've always been a big fan of fighters that establish jabs and shit like that. I've always been a big fan of fighters that like to set traps and put opponents in pause in positions to where they can capitalize off mistakes and all of that. I've always loved the smart fighter, right? I've always loved the guy that showed heart when the situation may or may not been to his benefit, right? And in that sense, I wanna say congratulations to O'Shaquie Foster. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. O'Shaquie Foster put on the performance of the year Saturday. O'Shaquie Foster put on the performance of the year on Saturday. No question. Why would you say that? This guy went to Mexico in his opponent's backyard, in a fight from his opponent's promoter. He was the B-side. I mean, I guess you could say A-side, but he really was the B-side. And he also fought Rocky Hernandez, who is known to be a strong fighter, a knockout artist, there have you. He beat him in a 16-by-16. In a 16-by-16. Lean, performance of the year. I know I'm gassing it, Lean, but you got to let me rock out right now. Listen, man. hell of a fucking performance from O'Shaquie Foster, man. Listen, sometimes you just got to go get it. I'm watching this performance. I'm watching this fight with O'Shaquie Foster. One thing I see him do not neglect that jab. From round one, that first half of that fight, he not neglecting the jab. Now, was Rocky Hernandez hitting him with some hard fucking punches? Yes. He was not neglecting that jab. He did not stop going to the body. He did not stop catching, countering. And midway through that fight, that 7th round, he said, you know what? I can't play with him no more. I got to sit in front of this guy. And if he's going to take my title, this motherfucker going to take it from me. Pause. O'Shaquie Foster, bro, salute to you. That was a hell of a performance, man. That dude, Rocky Hernandez, was in there throwing punches, trying to get that man out of there. He stayed in there. And again, you know what? And again, one thing I could do is I always admit when I'm wrong. I thought that Joe Cordina was a better 130 pounder than O'Shaquie. And I'm not, and I still think it's competition there. Give me a second. Let me see. Let me see. My man Lean said, before the fight, how much did you give Rocky a chance? He did better than I thought. Plus, I think Foster fought the wrong fight in the beginning. So before the fight, again, I was on Twitter Spaces saying the same thing. I said I thought that O'Shaquie Foster was gonna knock him out because, I mean, he beat up on a bunch of I don't knows, and he fought Roger Gutierrez, got stopped. That's all I needed to see, right? And so I knew a guy that was a sharpshooter, the likes of O'Shaquie Foster, I knew that Rocky wasn't going to be able to compete for a 412. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say I thought O'Shaquie was some knockout artist either. But I'm looking at, you know, what I see from Hernandez. I'm thinking Shot going to stop him. But then now I'm just looking at all of these the plot twists. Let's be honest. That's what he was, a bunch of plot twists. This guy's the B-side that he fighting a Mexican fighter in Mexico on that fighter's promotional network, right? And they fighting in a 16-by-16. So O'Shaquie Foster, who's usually a guy that likes to box and move. Like, I mean, look at the Ray Vargas fight. Look at the Ray Vargas fight. Box and move, didn't let you hold him, don't let you get in there and get your work off. Very clean fighter, understands distance very well, know how to use a jab, good feet work. And he had to go in there in a 16-by-16. You know what I'm saying? My man Lean said he never been past 6 rounds until this weekend. Motherfucker had 32 fights. I understand that, Lean. But at the end of the day, certain shit you just can't make up, man. A lot of fighters in O'Shaquie position in the 12th round, they wouldn't have went for it like that. They would have said, oh, I dropped him 2 times. I'm tired as hell. This should be enough for the judges to give me this fight. And oh, by the way, I'm the champion. Nah, man. Again, I jumped out the gym saying performance of the year, but this was a hell of a performance from O'Shaquie Foster, man. Hell of a performance from O'Shaquie Foster, man. One more time for the good guy, man. One more time for O'Shaquie Foster. Yo, that's what that any fighter that's coming up, any fan that want to get into the sport, that's a fight that you watch, man. That's the same again. That's the same shit that them guys in Canada do with the Eye of the Tiger. Where you see what's the dude Eric Banzian and Christian and Billy and them guys up there. That's what they do in Canada, bro. They take the fights, they put make you fight in a little ass ring, and they know that they guys is conditioned to fight and perform a certain type of way, and they hoping that they could get mid-range to higher tier veterans / journeymen in there to make their home fighters look good. That fight, granted, you correct about Rocky Hernandez, the guys he beat, the guys he lost to, how far he been. But that fight was set up in every way possible for O'Shaquie Foster. O'Shaquie Foster could have dropped that motherfucker 2 more times that round. He was going to lose that fight. O'Shaquie was going to lose that fight. If that fight go a minute and some change more, he is not a champion. And you got to respect that referee because Lord knows they ain't want that motherfucker to stop that fight. For sure. My man, give me a second. My man Huey P said, I just caught up on this fight earlier today. Round 11 might be the best we've seen in 2023. Yeah, that was a great round. That was good work, bro. That was good work. But bro, like again, you just gotta be it's the dog in you. Let me see. I had no confidence in Rocky. I had him up 6-5 to the 12. But you should be able to every event. Nah, you know what? But again, Lean, everything was set up for Rocky to win. Everything, bro. And that's just the lesson that I hope other fighters take into their fights. When you got an opportunity to step on the guy, step on him, man. O'Shaquie, the whole night, he didn't. Now, I wish Shock would have went to the body a little bit more because you could just tell, man, that he wasn't feeling them body punches. But that boy punched himself out. But Shock stayed in there, man. Hell of a chin. Hell of a chin. Man, that was a hell of a performance, man. Listen, the only thing I would say to O'Shaquie Foster is now, Shock, you're definitely not getting a Joe Cordina fight. That's out the window. Yo, Eddie Hearn is not about to let you come and fuck the plans up. You're never getting a Joe Cordina fight. I hope you get it, my guy. I hope you able to secure that fight. And I hope I'm wrong. I'm not saying I don't want to see it for sure. That's what I want to see next, honestly. I would love to see O'Shaquie Foster versus Joe Cordina, and then the winner of Hector Luis Garcia, Lamont Roach. They fight each other. Now we got now we got some undisputed work going on. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? No. Somebody else missing out of that group. You got Hector with the WBA, Shock with the BC, Cordina with the IBF, WBO. Oh, Navarrete. My bad. We got Navarrete in there. But I would love to see that, bro. I would love to see all of them fights. I think O'Shaquie should go make a case to Bob Arum to unify. Why not, man? Why not? I know Navarrete gonna take that fight, but at the same time, man, again, bro, you gotta take your hat off to O'Shaquie Foster and the performance that he put on against Rocky Hernandez. Again, whether you think that Rocky was an A1 fighter, whether you think he was a trash fighter, bro, you gotta show man. Listen, man, again, man, one more time for the one more time, man. That's it, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate watching a fighter go in there, do his thing, and perform on that level, man, for sure. Again, if O'Shaquie Foster see this, man, congratulations to you, bro. That heart that he displayed, bro, that heart and that shit that he displayed, bro. Dog, bro. Dog work. You know what I'm saying? He said with that performance, I think he gets that Cordina unification. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that Eddie Hearn is in the business of putting his fighters in fights that he think is going to lose titles. Now, again, with guys like, for example, with guys like Kevin Ajarko over there at 154. You know what I mean? I believe he want to put guys like that in tough fights because he's not a champion and he kind of want to see what he got. But you think, like, again, you think he put Josh Warrington in the ring in the bubble to lose to Mauricio Lara? No. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them guys get, and I don't remember too many more, not off the top of my head, but a lot of Eddie Hearn fighters get beat by less. So I don't think Eddie Hearn gonna be in the business of now. Maybe if he sign him, we'll see. It said after the Wood fight, who does the winner fight? I think Foster is perfect. But you got to understand, Lean, now with that decent win, I think that Shock got it. Now, mind you, the fight was on the zone, so I can't necessarily say how much more exposure that is going to bring O'Shaquie Foster. But essentially, with him being a promotional free agent, I think it allows him some wiggle room, right? Now you can go over to Bob Arum and say, hey, is it a possibility for me to get an Navarrete fight? You can go to PBC, and say, hey, I want the winner of Hector Luis Garcia and Lamont Roach. You got a little wiggle room. Now, again, what he do is, it depends. We don't know, but He got some wiggle room. Now, if Eddie Hearn promised him a fight with Cordina, for sure, why not sign? Sign him. You know, Eddie Hearn give you a hometown fight quick. Sign him. Let Eddie Hearn sign him. Put him in Texas somewhere. Maybe not his hometown. Maybe Houston or somewhere close. I know he's from like a odd part of Texas, like Orange. Like I don't know, Orange something, Texas or something like that. But maybe Eddie Hearn put you close to home in a decent homecoming or one of his British guys or something like that. You know, he like doing that. You know what I mean? And then get you Joe Cordina. Why not? Why not? I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man. I mean, again, when you win fights like that and you put yourself in them type of positions, pause, anything is possible, man. Anything is possible. So again, man, shout out to that guy, man. Shout out to that guy. O'Shaquie Foster, great performance, man. My man Lean says, Boo Boo, Benavidez in 3 weeks. Who you got? Man, Lean, I don't know, man. I'm still on the fence about this one. David Benavidez, obviously we know, big for the weight class. You know what? I'm gonna start off with this because you know I feel like a lot of people try to box fighters in, and I don't think that's fair. So I'm gonna start off with this. I think that David Benavidez is good defensively. I think that he's highly underrated defensively. You look at Benavidez, I don't think it's just the fact that he throw a lot of punches per round. I think that he got a decent defense too. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got an active high guard. Now, sometimes he can be caught because, you know, he'll square up and but that's not every exchange. Not every exchange ends up with Benavidez shelled up like this. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't shown. He hasn't. No, I don't think he's been in no big punchers. I won't say that. Maybe Angulo was a big puncher, but I still don't think Angulo had enough or could really compete with Benavidez to really see, right? But my man Benavidez defense is pretty decent, man. We know as over the fight, you know, as the fight progresses, he gets stronger. You know what I'm saying? We know he like to throw a lot of body punches. He like to throw a lot of flurries and all of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then you got Andre, a very tricky southpaw. And I don't think that Benavidez fought no southpaw the likes. I think he may have fought 1 or 2 southpaws his career. I know he fought like Dennis Duggan, but Dennis Duggan is not, respectfully, Dennis Duggan is nowhere near the level of a Boo Boo Andre. Like we're not gonna play that game again. I know that Dennis Duggan is a respectable fighter. You know, I got respect for all of the guys that step inside of the ring. So we're not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna call him trash and nothing like that. But there's no way that Dennis Duggan is on that level. And there was some things. Shout out to my man Boxing Gym, my man Ryan over at Boxing Gyms. It was some things that my man Ryan pointed out that Benavidez does that, you know, I think Duggan kind of took advantage of. But you could probably see more fights than just Duggan. But it was some things that Benavidez does that I think that Andre could take. That he could take advantage of. Shout out to my man L Dub Boxing, my guy. I call him Boxtradamus, man. If y'all in here, first of all, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment on here. Shout out to my man Lynn. He ain't rocking with me for sure. Make sure y'all, hey, super chats is open. Y'all can send super chats. But hey, in the meantime, between time, make sure y'all follow my guy L Dub Boxing, man. He breaking down all the rankings. He telling you about the fights you want to know about and the fights you don't want to know about. You know what I'm saying? This is my guy right here. Anytime I need some boxing information, he muscle. He the plugs plug. You know what I'm saying? So hey, shout out to my man L Dub Boxing, bro. I appreciate what you do. You know how we lock in. We in the DM constantly. Actually, we ain't been in the DM lately, man. So we definitely got to talk some boxing in that DM. But for sure, man. Shout out to my man L Dub Boxing, man. Salute you. He said, how do you score the first 6 rounds of Benavidez plant? Because Boo Boo might be able to do that longer. I mean, I gave like mostly everybody else, I gave them early rounds to plant. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, this is Andre's second fight at 168 against a bona fide guy and David Benavidez at 168. I don't know, man. One thing about Andre is that he's shown that he'll take his foot off the gas. And that make me nervous. Again, I think that he got all the tools to beat David Benavidez. I think he got sneaky power. A lot of people don't want to talk about it because he was in KOs. But when Boo Boo Andre was at 160, he had the highest knockdown percentage in the division. You know what I'm saying? So granted, you're not knocking guys out, but if you're knocking guys down, hey, shit, that's an extra point. You know what I'm saying? That's a 10-8 round, right? So, you know what I mean? At the same time, it's really hard to break that fight down, man. Like if somebody put a gun to my head and said I had to pick, I had to, I'm gonna go with Benavidez, man. I'm gonna go with Benavidez simply because them gas tank issues, man. Them gas tank issues. I think his defense is underrated. I'm telling you, I think his defense is underrated. I think he's constantly going to be pressuring Andre. It's going to force Andre. And you know what, too? Boo Boo don't got the best inside game. Boo Boo does not have the best inside game. Shout out to Wifey. What's up, beautiful? She said A-side is the best side. Thank you, baby. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But Andre don't got the best inside defense to me. So again, when you talk about a guy like Benavidez that's bringing pressure, sometimes he could come behind a jab. Sometimes he might walk straight in. But again, you know, he throwing good punches. He mixing it up upstairs, downstairs. And he's constantly, and as the fight goes on and on and on, I mean, you get spurts where he throwing 60, 70, 80, 90 punches per round type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. Now, now we do know that Andre is one of the more skilled guys, but against who? Is we gonna see the Andre that we saw against Paul Williams? Like what version of Andre is we getting? Or we gonna see the Andre that we saw against Liam Williams? You know what I'm saying? Like, which one? Which one we gonna get? Because the version against Paul was a killer. The one against Liam, he knocked him down early, but shit, you let the guy come back and hurt you late, and had to get up out of there with a decision. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I'm just going off what I'm seeing. Again, I'm gonna probably have to let, but even the fights that Andre has fought don't really give you a beat on what he could possibly do with David Benavidez, man. It doesn't, not me. It don't. Sorry. So if I had to pick right now, if I had to stop and really make a call and say who I feel like is going to win that fight, is I'm gonna say Benavidez, man. If I gotta go with it, man. If I gotta go with it, y'all, hey, let me know in the chat, man. Who y'all got, Benavidez or Boo Boo, and why, man? Why? And I can see this fight going both ways. I see. I don't think it'd be Benavidez by stoppage. I think maybe by, I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, every time the glaring thought in my head is these championship rounds where Benavidez is just walking forward, bro. Like, will Andre still have enough gas in his tank to deter him from, you know what I mean, deter Benavidez, to stop him from not even having to use his jab, but just walking in there and getting work done? That's what I'm thinking about, man. That's the like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm caught up in between as far as that. And you know what, man? I wanted to pivot off something. Like I wanted to let me see. You said he looked all right versus Damon too. Yeah, he did. I mean, he looked all right versus Damon, but again, Damon Nicholson, one of them guys, if you not supposed to be in the ring with him, Damon gonna hurt you. Facts. Damon hurt a lot of guys. Facts. But respectfully, Damon Nicholson is not like the top upper echelon, was never the upper like echelon fighter at 168. You know what I'm saying? I like what he did. Like I respect for Damon. You know, he local Maryland guy for sure. Like, great story, all of that. Very inspiring. Like I got a lot of respect for Damon, but talking on a boxing perspective, I don't think he was ever to the level of them top guys at 168. My bro Broadway was good, De Lo Mio.
What's going on, my brother? Man, I'm calling disgruntled A-side boxing fan Man, you gotta go live more often, man. I'm loving the show too much, man. You can't keep a fan like me waiting, hoping you go live, and then when you do go live, it's fire, it's dope. And I'm like, damn, I need this. It's like food, bro. I need to eat every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I need to
Facts.
listen to my A-side boxing talk.
Facts. Yeah, you know what's funny? Look, you know what's funny, bro? I looked at my phone earlier today. I said, damn, bro, I ain't talked to my dog Broadway Joel in about a week. Go, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? It's all good though. But likewise, bro, you right though. I got no excuses. I can't make no excuses, man. I gotta stick to it. I gotta get it back right, man.
Nah,
No excuses.
but yeah, I've been busy, bro. That's why we haven't spoken in a while. I'm moving. I'm moving from where another crib, so I've been packing and I've been real busy. So it's not like I even slowed down on my content, not because I'm not on it. It's just because I've been so busy with the move. So
yeah, nah, trust me, man. I get it. And you know what's crazy, bro? Sidebar. As an adult, bro, that's like the worst fucking activity ever known to man, bro. Moving, bro. That's like the worst adult activity that you could ever participate in.
Yo, bro, I hate it. I hate it with a passion. There's nothing I hate more than moving, but unfortunately, it's a part of life, and
Facts.
hopefully, I don't have to do this many more times in my life.
Facts. Yo, so how you feel about this Benavidez and Andre fight, man? Who you got?
I'll be honest with you, and I'm in the minority in this, but I don't think this is a competitive fight. I think Benavidez about to smoke this guy, man.
Ooh, you think you gonna smoke him?
Yeah, man. That like this guy's 36. How old is Andre?
Oh yeah, he up there. He up there. Let me see. That's a good question. Lose focus.
Benavidez only like 25 or 26. Like he a real young kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For how well we know his name. Then you gotta remember he fought at 168 his whole career. Literally missed weight before, meaning he's squeezing down. It's not like he a small 168.
Yeah.
And Andre, he only got one fight at 68 and started his career at 54. So it's like, all right, you got a guy who's, small for the division.
Yeah.
Against a guy who's big for the division. A guy who gasses out versus a guy who gets stronger as the fight goes on. And this is his first world championship fight, and you fighting a fucking monster like Benavidez?
This who first world championship fight?
First time fighting a world champion. My bad.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, I understand. I mean, that's a lot of factors to go into it, man. But you don't think it's nothing he can do to deter Benavidez at all? Like even now.
In the beginning, I think, but we've seen him look good in the beginning before. Like I'm telling you, he's gonna win the first 4 rounds. I'm telling you, and then after the first 4, he's gonna start slowing down, and Benavidez is gonna start getting stronger, and then that's when the fight really starts, and it's just gonna be a slow bludgeoning all the way up into the 8th, 9th, or 10th.
Yo, I want to I think and I was saying before you jumped on, bro, I think that Benavidez defense is underrated. Honestly, I really do. Like after I watch more and more fights, now I do understand that he get like out of position sometimes and shit like that. He could be squared up at points, but again, I think from like an avoiding punches or blocking shots or getting under shit and parrying like or active high guard. Like I think Benavidez is pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering, like, again, them early rounds, what is Andre going to do? Because I like to think Andre might be a little stronger than Caleb Plant. I would love to see somebody go to the body against Benavidez and make a concerted effort to go to his body. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's easier said than done when you got the guy that's counter punching and throwing fucking counter combinations and shit like that. But I don't know, man. Again, if I had to pick right now, I would say Benavidez, but really, like I said, with Andre, that gas tank bothered me, man. I'm really not sure about that tank, man. I'm just not sure. Not sure.
Yeah, man. Demetrius Adames is I don't know. I don't know if he got a shot.
Hey, man. Speaking of, I like how you slid Adames in there. What's up with Hector Garcia and Lamont Roach, bro? What are we doing?
I listen. I don't know. I mean, Lamont Roach said on his Twitter that they have a date already. It's signed, but he ain't announced the date.
Okay.
I don't know. Hector doesn't want to give me the date apparently, because that's not what he's saying. But hey man, we'll I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you, but I don't like it.
Yeah, me neither, man. And even and like respect to Hector and respect to Lamont, but like even right now, like forget the fighters for a minute. Like forget the two guys that's waiting on a fight. Now that's very important. The two guys that's waiting on a fight, right? But what about the other 30 guys that's in the top 30, 35 at 130 in the WBA and it's just waiting, bro? Like again, what's the dude that was number one in the IBF at 54? Murtazaliev, right?
Yeah.
Bro, imagine being number 2, bro. Like, bro, imagine, but Broadway, imagine being the number 2 guy behind the motherfucker that keep taking step asides, or in a situation like this where, like, neither one. Well, Hector fought early in January, but Lamont ain't fought since last year. I'm sure it's been 12 months since he's fought right by now. Hector, shit, this has been damn near 10 months since Hector fought now. 10 months since Hector fought already, and then you behind that, you know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what took so long for the fight to get signed. Lamont is saying it's already signed and they have a date. But I'll be honest with you, the WBA has done a horrible job with that. And I seen him Mendoza give somebody a interview like about a month or two ago where he said, "Oh, I already saw the contracts. They signed for November 4th and this and that." So obviously that was a lie, but he could sneak that.
It could have been true at the time.
Man, he could sneak that shit. He knows what channels to say that shit on and whatnot. He would have came on my channel. He would have got grilled on that one.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's I think that's true. I'm gonna just I think that was true. That's why, because I heard the same thing from a very, very reliable source. So I think that was true.
I mean, if you got a signed contract and it didn't happen, I don't.
Yeah, what I'll say is, I think that was the understanding of more than just him. You know what I'm saying? I think other important parties were understanding the same thing too until shit just got different. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that shit is tough, man. Just imagine being the next guy though. Like, and then we sit and wonder why fighters don't want to take fights, or why it takes so long for a Benavidez to say, fuck Canelo, I'll just fight Andre, and I'll fight Plant, and I'll fight all these other guys, because you sitting here waiting to be positioned to a spot. But it's not even no incentive to, like, for, again, if you'd have got number 2 behind Murtazaliev at 54, what incentive do you have to take tough fights? This nigga been stepping aside for years. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, dude, that's crazy to me, man. They gotta get some. I don't even want to sound. We gotta get some law and order in boxing, man. We gotta get some law and order in this sport, man. That's nasty work, man. Nasty work.
Nah, but what's even crazier is you paid to get in that position. You paid because people think, oh, you only pay a sanctioning body. When you win a world title, when you are the champions, like that little WBA regular, WBA Intercontinental, WBC Latino, Silver, what an interim, you paying the sanctioning body, even for eliminators.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been paying bread for years to get into the position of number 1 and number 2, and then on top of that, you still not getting paid.
Crazy work.
Wow, you still not shot.
Now listen, man. I gotta stop you, bro, because you said something that triggered my mind, man. You said WBC silver. You know, you know where I'm going with this. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Sergey Lipinets.
Yes, sir.
Sergey Lipinets, man. I'm seeing word around town that Michelle Rivera return bout after his loss to Frank Martin is going to be Sergey Lipinets at 140. Is that true?
Yeah, that is very true. It's going to be on Benavidez undercard, Benavidez Andrade undercard. I know that what's his name? Lipinets was the silver champion, but I'm not so sure that's still the case.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Hitchens won that belt in his last fight.
I seen him with an IBF belt.
Hey, man,
it sounds like you eating all your trick or treating candy, man. What you got?
No, I told you I'm packing. I'm moving.
Oh, okay. I'm fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you, man.
Nah, my bad. I didn't realize I was making all that.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. But I gotta look into that. I'll look into that. I don't know, but that's a tough ass fight for. I don't know, man. I don't like that fight for that guy, man.
I don't like it either, bro. I'll be honest with you, as the voice of Dominican boxing, and yes, by the way, I was right. The WBC silver is now owned by my Brooklyn native, who I just interviewed, by the way, Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah, I definitely got to tap into that one. Don't worry, right after this. Okay, so Richardson Hitchens got the WBC silver title right now.
Yeah, he won three. He won 3 regional titles in that fight. He won the IBF North American, WBC silver, and the WBO NABO.
So I mean, this okay. So I like this because what this is doing is positioning him, I guess, when he's next. And I'll be curious to see what the rankings look like right now and where he at in the rankings, because historically the guy with the WBC silver belt is the next in line for a title fight. So whether that guy would essentially fight the interim champion or fight the full champion in the WBC, that's kind of what that title was for. You know what I mean? So
he definitely was popping his shit on my channel on Regis Progress. So I'm not sure if he was told something or if he genuinely feels the way he was talking, because he was popping his shit in a good way, not in a crazy way, in a good way. And I was like, okay. And maybe again, they both were Eddie, so it's not unreasonable to think that he was told, hey man, if this guy wins, you next up. That doesn't sound far-fetched to me. That's not something that I can't imagine.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. I got the I'm looking, you know how you go on some of these websites and these things and you popping up. So I'm looking at the rankings right now. It's kind of odd because even in the WBC, and I seen my man L Dub Boxing report earlier today that I think the winner of Devin and Regis is supposed to be fighting Sandor. I don't know.
Really?
Now
who did Sandor beat?
Man, don't get me to lying, but that's definitely But you know what? That's a lot. Let me stop, because now I'm looking at these rankings. These rankings wasn't updated correctly. These shit say September. So as of October 1st, he wasn't ranked. Hitchens was not ranked in the WBA. As of October 13th, he's number 5 in the IBF behind Jose Ramirez and Ergashev. Now we know Ergashev and Matias got a fight coming up, but the 1 and 2 spots there is vacant. So I think they'll fill those 1 and 2 spots after them 2 guys fight. We'll see. But nah, man, he it ain't like he ranked super. I wonder what the most recent WBC rankings look like. I don't know if they got them joints out yet, but that's a fight I want. I want to see Richardson Hitchens in these big fights, man. Again, his fighting style, I think he got to clean it up. I think he got to engage more. I think I know, it's the Queen, what's it, the Queensberry rules and all of that, hit and don't get hit. I understand that. Respectfully, I do. I understand it. But I don't think that you're going to gain much fanfare fighting like that. I don't think so. No way.
I just wish he did more media, man. He's such a good interview that I feel like the public would fuck with him, and even if he does have a little bit of a boring performance, they'll still mess with him because he got such a dope personality. But yeah, man. Honestly, I like his fighting style. I know I'm probably in a minority. I think he's very skilled.
Yeah,
I do want to see him use his right hand a little bit more. I do think he falls in love with that beautiful jab he has. But that's
neither here nor there.
Yeah, he'll be better with experience. I'm not too concerned about it. He just needs the right opponents in front of him to like make him show, more excitement.
No, I feel the same way, bro. I mean, I think after a while he definitely going, but I'm trying to think who the right opponent is, bro, because Sean Zepeda was there. He was there to get touched up, so I don't know.
Somebody in his prime. That's the right opponent.
Or somebody that's gonna push him.
Yeah,
we gonna see. We're gonna see. I mean, I think that even I don't know. Well, we're gonna see, man. I'm still holding out hope, man. I think that Richardson Hitchens is a dope fighter, but I just felt like the talk didn't match the performance after the last fight. Now, for me, that was a virtuoso performance. He was a fucking matador in the round. I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate the performance, but I think from a lot of times, bro, when I be framing like my arguments about these guys and shit like that, I do it in the manner of what if I had to sell Richardson Hitchens to a non-boxing fan? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I think you're being a little bit harsh, bro. He had one boring performance. The fight before that, John Bowser, nobody complained about that fight. And the same thing, the fight before that, when he fought Alamo, nobody complained about that.
He stopped Alamo. But again, no, I got what you're saying. But Alamo and Bowser aren't Zepeda. I would have loved to see him do what he did to those guys to Zepeda. And he had the same opportunity. It wasn't like Zepeda was just so tricky. It's just like bro decided to just jab him down. Now, again, beautiful performance. I'm not shitting on a performance at all, but I just want if I could speak to Richardson Hitchens, if I could tell him something, I would say you better than that shit, and you gotta start cooking motherfuckers, bro. That's how you get your name out there, because I think Richardson Hitchens is of the same cloth of a Tank Davis, same cloth of Shakur Stevenson, same cloth of Teofimo Lopez. That's how highly I think of him. But he has to put on one of those virtuoso performances to back what I think. You know what I'm saying? Like I could put on him against Alamo. I could put on him against Bowser. I could do the same thing for a lot of these other prospects that we never seen before. I could put them on against guys that they supposed to beat up, and they're gonna look the same way. So I need that level to step up when you stepping up in the names. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he ain't lose a round. He ain't get dropped. So I'm not gonna. I feel like you're being a little bit harsh.
Okay, maybe I am. I don't know. I don't think I am. But again, I'm just looking at it to where as the names step up, we need to see your talent step up as well. We need to see the ass kicking step up as well.
He ain't lose a round.
Again, I'm not talking about him losing a round, bro. I know he ain't lose a round. I'm talking about the performance, the fan favorite. We talking about gaining fans. Again, in the sense of boxing, bro, this guy got it down. I don't think it's not too many people that could fuck with Hitchens, and I don't think it's a lot of guys that could even drag him into having 50-50 exchanges and shit like that. You're talking about a master boxer here. I'm not shitting on that. I'm just talking about building fanfare. I'm talking about if you consider yourself top pound for pound, the performances that have to be associated with being top pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? I just want them performances to look the same. Like, you know what I mean? Even though this guy is not Alamo, I don't doubt that he could have stopped him like Alamo. Jose Zepeda was showed us that he was ready to go in that fight a couple times. He was showing us that he was ready to go. So I just want the next guy. I just want Hitchens to step on him a little bit. That's it.
Listen, we all love knockouts, but you can't knock everybody out. And he told me that Zepeda was punching, so he was being careful.
No, for sure. We'll see though. Again, man, I like Hitchens, man. You know that more than anybody. You know what I mean? It's my Haitian guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We'll see, man. But yeah, man, you know, I've been up here for an hour, man. I'm gonna wrap this joint up, man. I appreciate you joining me, my brother Broadway. I definitely got to do these lives again. So I'm thinking Thursdays. Damn. We'll see, man. Hey, you know what, man? This is the life of a busy dad, man. You know what I'm saying? I got so much shit going on, bro. So much real things that I just can't miss. It's the life of a dad during football season. So after football season is over, I'll be a track dad. But still, at least I'll have a little bit more time.
Do early mornings, do something, man. But you got
for sure.
Got to feed the hungry fans, man.
Nah, for sure. I'm already knowing. But hey, man, I appreciate you for joining me. And everybody, man, this is A-Side Boxing, episode 35. This is my old Kevin Durant episode, man. Hey, bro, you want to plug anything before I get up out of here, man?
Nah, man, just subscribe to my channel, Broadway Joel. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Broadway Joel, and on Twitter @ Broadway Joel. And if you want a Dominican boxing shirt, go to BroadwayJoel.com and go support, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate you joining in, man. We out.
Peace.